Boss, I want to talk to you today about Amazon Relay box trucks, okay? And I want to speak to you about the top 6 vehicles that Amazon approves real fast. And actually, we have received a lot of questions, a lot of emails from viewers who wanted to know more about this topic. So we thought it was very opportune to do a video about it. So I want you to stick around to learn more about the top 6 vehicle categories that Amazon approves real fast. When I are doing fantastic, I'm doing marvelous if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about Amazon Relay box truck, the top 6 vehicle categories that Amazon approves real fast, okay? And I want you right now to look on the screen, boss. Look here. You can see that Amazon actually approves 2 types of cargo vans or box trucks in general, right? So here in the tractor category, we have the day cab, box truck, and sleeper cab. And in the trailer category, we have the 28-foot trailer, the 53-foot dry van, and we have the reefer. So I'm actually going to break it down for you. Let's start with the day cab. So what is a day cab really? So a day cab is a commercial truck that is used to tow a variety of trailers. Okay, so the name day cab truck refers to the fact that it does not contain a sleeper cabin. Okay, that's why a day cab truck is better suited for shorter trips instead of a long cross-country hauling. So day cab is kind of cool for OTR, but if you are in the tri-state area, in the metropolitan area, that's what it is. Okay. So when you hear the terms day cab truck or cab over truck, those mean the same thing. They are interchangeable. So those vehicles are much more agile than a sleeper truck for navigating in urban areas. And while they don't offer sleeping quarters, they still offer the same functional capabilities. Okay. And additionally, one thing you will see is that the rear windows in a day cab truck's cabin provide better visibility than a sleeper truck can offer. So this, when you really think about it, this makes backing up and navigating in heavily trafficked areas much easier. Okay. So that's really important. So what are the benefits of a day cab truck? Well, you have many. You're talking about you can actually this can be an excellent choice for short and frequent trips. Okay. And one thing I want to say here is that you have the smaller nature of the cab means that this truck will provide better fuel efficiency. And boss, you know that in this industry it's very important to have fuel efficiency. Okay, you don't want to spend a lot of cash on fuel all the time, right? And day cab trucks are classified as Class B tractors in the U.S. So their gross vehicle weight rating, their GVWR, exceeds 14,969 kilograms or 33,000 pounds. And it can reach up to 36,288 kilograms or 80,000 pounds. Okay, so typically day cab trucks have 5 axles and 18 wheels. Very important to know that. And so the question here is that should you buy a day cab truck or a sleeper truck? It really depends on you. It really depends on what the kind of geography you cover for Amazon Relay. Okay, if you are in a heavily dense location or whether you are in a remote rural area. Okay, here are the advantages of a day cab truck. So you have better maneuverability, fuel efficiency, and greater visibility. And here are the disadvantages. You have a harder access to engine. Yeah, you have they are more susceptible to debris, and you have sometimes you have a rougher ride. So those are things you have to really think about. Now, what are the best uses for day cab trucks? Well, day cab trucks are commonly manufactured to efficiently transfer retail cargo. So when you think about Amazon Relay box truck, you have to think about retail cargo. So their compact sizes are very popular for carrying heavy loads within urban mobility. That's the key phrase here, boss. Urban mobility. So you are going to be working in the large metropolitan area. You can't do OTR, long OTR, okay? And because when you think about day cab trucks, they are a better option than sleepers besides having better maneuverability. They're not designed for long journeys, okay? Thus, they can only be efficient to transport cargo if the travel covers less than 3 days. So if you are thinking about Amazon Relay box truck program, think about cargo that actually is very short and that doesn't cover more than 3 days. Very important, boss. Very, very important. One thing I want to say to finish here is that when you have a day cab truck, make sure that you actually invest a lot in maintenance. Maintenance is key here. If you want the truck to actually last a quarter of a million, I mean, if you want, a quarter of a million miles, at the odometer, you really want to invest in maintenance. Very important. Okay. And I don't care about the model you have. I don't care about the location where you currently are at. It's important to invest in maintenance. The second category of vehicle that Amazon approves right off the bat is box truck. Okay, what is a box truck? Well, a box truck is clearly so called for its box-like shape, right? Often known as a cube van, cube truck, box van, or rolling toaster. A box truck is essentially a cabin truck with a cargo space enclosed area. So this is really important. So although some versions have a door separating the cabin from the cargo portion, the cabin is typically removed from the cargo area. Okay, and you can do a lot of things with the box truck. You can do ads. You can place ads on the vehicle. Okay, there's no need for pulling a trailer. Okay, if you spend a lot of time hooking a trailer every so often, pulling a trailer is also costly when you really think about it, as it can mean paying more for fuel in addition to being time consuming. So luckily, you don't have to worry about carrying all of that trailer's extra weight while driving a box truck. Okay, you also have a safe storage unit. Okay, this is another reason why we love box truck, because they provide a safe and secure place to store equipment and supplies. It is highly unlikely that thieves will be able to break in and steal your things if your goods and equipment are packed in a box truck. Okay, and so as a matter of fact, inclement weather such as wind and rain will not affect the supplies or equipment. Very important. With a box truck, and I want to really emphasize that, you can maneuver with ease, and you can also benefit from good gas mileage. Okay, because box trucks generally, they are used for local runs because they can be maneuvered rather quickly than big semi trucks. Okay, and a box truck has a higher gas mileage than larger trucks in most cases. Okay, and so box trucks can be the perfect solution in our view for driving in tight areas or congested traffic due to their ideal size and fuel consumption. So you can do a lot of things with a box truck, okay? And as we talk about the Amazon Relay box truck program, box trucks are a perfect match, okay? And you can market a business with the box truck. So in addition to participating in the Amazon Relay box truck program, you can do a lot of things. You can actually haul for local grocery stores, local businesses, okay? Totally possible. Now, a box truck maximum freight weight is 7,000 to 10,000 pounds. Okay, so their maximum freight dimensions here, the maximum length, we have 48 feet to 53 feet. The maximum width, we have 8 feet. The maximum height, 9 feet. I want to talk to you now about the sleeper cab, which is the third category of a vehicle that Amazon approves right off the bat. Okay, so what is a sleeper truck? It's when you hear the terms sleeper cab, sleeper truck, they mean the same thing. Okay, and sometimes you will hear people calling this sleeper tractor. So it's basically a semi truck with built-in sleeping quarters. Okay, so this truck is designed to haul trailers long distances while offering a comfortable place for the driver to rest. Okay, so sleeper trucks are designed with a portion of the front cabin dedicated to the driver and passenger seats. So the rest of the cabin is dedicated to living quarters. How much space is offered and what amenities are included depend on the sleeper truck you choose. Okay, some simply offer a place to sleep, while others features the luxuries of a traditional RV. Very important. And many sleeper trucks include space for a bed, a storage area, and a small kitchenette. Okay, so the goal of a sleeper truck is to provide comfortable living quarters for OTR hauling. We're not speaking now about urban hauling. We are speaking about OTR, across states. Very important. So the more time you plan on spending in your sleeper truck, the more emphasis you will want to place on the size of the cabin and the types of amenities offered. Okay, very important. And one thing I want to say here is that how long is a semi-truck sleeper really depends. And but we've seen in our research that sleeper trucks actually, when they were first designed, they were around 18 to 24 feet long. Over time, they became longer thanks to designs that considered the comfort of long-haul drives. Okay, so you can have a lot of You can have a long, like let's say, the length can be very substantial. Now, sleeper trucks offer one obvious benefit. They provide a place to sleep in the cabin of your vehicle, right? However, those sleeping quarters will be your home away from home. So additional options are available, including a table, desk, sofa, mini fridge, kitchenette, and sleeper climate control, as well as double bunks for team drivers to give you a comfortable place to relax during downtime without the added cost of a hotel room. So, what should you consider when you purchase a sleeper truck or when you lease one? It really depends on you. It depends on a lot of your needs, the amenities you're looking for, and the kind of a haul that you are doing. Okay, and how long is a sleeper cab in a truck? It really depends. It really depends on a lot of as I said before, it depends on the customization that you are asking for. But the whole thing here is that you have to always think about what's important for you, what's important for your clients, and what kind of hauling you are about to do. Very important. So when we have a real conversation about the size and length of a sleeper cab, you have to think about that. Okay, you have to think about also the space that you want for your comfort, because remember, you're going to be doing a lot of OTR, right? So what are you looking for in terms of kitchenette, in terms of bed, in terms of comfort in general, rest areas? Are you looking for a couch? Okay, that's what it is. So semi trucks are around 53 feet long minus the sleeper. So if you add the cab, which is 20 feet, then it is approximately 70 to 80 feet long. And a sleeper cab can haul a maximum load of 80,000 pounds with truck engines that weigh more than a car engine, really. And so semi trucks are built to last longer and to keep on running amid a lot of wear and tear. So this is really important that you kind of think about that. And so you want to consider a few other things when you want to look into a sleeper cab. You have to think about, for example, like the sleeper berth area, bathroom, storage compartment, entertainment, food conservation, electricity, and you can have a motorcycle garage. But that's optional though. For drivers who like to go out for some sightseeing during their downtime, they are sure to like sleepers with the option of a motorcycle garage. So if their cabin has space, a ramp may be installed so they can take their Harley with them. Okay. Of course, this is rare, but we have seen it. We have seen it time and again. If you spend a lot of time on the road, then why not go this far? Okay. And so here are some handy accessories, boss. And I want you to really, because if you're going to haul for Amazon Relay, you'll be doing a lot of OTR. It's really important to have the right accessories to add to your sleeper cab. Okay. You have to think about sunglasses. Very important. A good pair of sunglasses can help you prevent eye strain, fatigue, and headaches, especially those designed for driving. Think about work gloves. You want to keep a few pairs on hand. You can choose leather cowboy gloves as they are more comfortable and breathable. Think about a first aid kit, very important. You want to squeeze in a first aid kit inside your sleeper cab, okay? And so make sure it is a high quality kit with content you can trust and use, okay? And you want to have slow cookers. You want to have electric blankets, shower kits, gaming consoles. It's important to enjoy your job, but never forget to actually let out some steam or stress with the gaming system. Think about mobile satellite dish, okay? And think about mobile Wi-Fi, very important. The fourth vehicle category I want to talk to you today about, boss, is the 28-foot trailer. This is very important. Now let's talk about that. Now, when you think about the 28-foot trailer, you have to think about a truck that is designed for OTR, longer hauls, okay? But it's also, if you can actually also have it for city and local deliveries, not a problem, okay? And one thing we have seen here is that you can actually divide this up to 3 different temperature zones, allowing customers to haul various products. So the first zone is frozen products. The second zone is for products that need to be kept fresh. And the third zone is for dry products, okay? And this separate zone temperatures can be all changed as needed. So it really depends on what the kind of 28-foot trailer then you have. Very important. And also depends on what kind of project Amazon has for you, okay? So when we talk about 28-foot trailer, I want you to think about solar panels in terms of cooling, in terms of your cooling amenities. Think about GPS and temperature reporting. Think about air ride suspension. Think about low rolling resistant tires. Think about hybrid refrigeration units. It's very important because you want to be able to have a situation where you are, again, as I said earlier, the three categories of products. You want to be able to be efficient enough to haul all that kind of commodity, okay? And you also want to pay attention to fuel efficiency. One thing we have seen with the 28-foot trailer is that they are fuel efficient. Now, the thing here is that it depends on the right engine, though. You got to be very careful there. Some of them come with the cloud technology, so you're able to do your business. If you're an owner operator, you can do your accounting, you can do your operations while on the road. It's totally possible. Downtime, you can take care of business while you're resting, okay, and while you're resting or while you're just relaxing, okay. And the cool thing here is that make sure that you have a 28-foot trailer that has a maintenance and roadside assistance program. In other words, you want to buy that kind of quote-unquote insurance to make sure that you are covered all the time. Now, a 28-foot trailer actually comes with a lot of trailer options, okay? You can have movable bulkheads, you can have E-track, interior lighting, walk ramps, side mount ramps, lift gates, trailer under tray system, and puncture guard tires. It's solely up to you. It's solely up to the kind of a vehicle that you want, the kind of hauling that you are about to do, and it's really important. Sometimes you have personal preference. You also have some client preferences too. Okay, and in this case, the client being Amazon. But make sure that you have the right equipment for your 28-foot trailer. Another car category that I want to talk to you about is the 53-foot dry van. Okay, so this is another category that Amazon approves, not a problem. Now, one thing you need to understand, dry van trailers are the transportation industry's most commonly used equipment type, okay? From household goods and hospitality products to a constellation of food and beverage items, these trailers are incredible when it comes to versatility, okay? So this is really good. And so what are the inside dimensions of a dry van trailer? Well, I spoke about the 53-foot, okay? And this is really, this is what it is. Now, these trailers come in various sizes, including 48 feet long, but the 53-foot dry van trailer is by far the most common. Okay, so these are the trailers that you will use to move your palletized goods, and these are the trailers you'll see zooming along America's highways most often. Okay, so when we talk about height, we have 53 feet. Okay, now, when we talk about the height, we have 108 and 110 inches. So we're talking about, 9 feet to 9 feet 2 inches. Okay, and the width, we have 98 to 100 inches. The length, we have 53 feet long, that's what it is. And the weight, we are talking about 42,000 to 45,000 pounds, okay? Now, you have a lot of ways to actually load Amazon Relay loads onto a dry van trailer, okay? You can do actually a straight, you can do a turned, a pinwheeled, or you can actually take care of weight distribution, okay? So there are a lot of ways to load your dry van pallets straight. There are a lot of ways to load your dry van pallets turned. There are a lot of ways to pinwheel your dry van pallets. Now, if you have any questions, boss, if you have any question right now, please drop those questions below, because we can actually dedicate an entire show on ways you can actually load your dry van pallets, okay? And you can also load your pallets for weight distribution. It's totally possible. And now, how many pallets for Amazon Relay can you fit in a dry van trailer? It really depends. Remember, as I just told you, that in terms of length, you are having 53 feet, okay? So you can actually load very easily 13 to 14 pallets, definitely, okay? But the whole thing here is that it depends also on the kind of capabilities you have in your 53-foot dry van, okay? But again, here is another topic for another day. I will be more than happy to actually dig a little deeper here. But the driving rates that you should actually charge Amazon will depend on your geography. It depends on the length of the OTR haul. Depends on the kind of commodities you are transporting. Okay, this is very important. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation today about Amazon Relay Box Truck, and I wanted to share with you the top 6 vehicle categories that Amazon approves immediately. And the 6th category is the reefer. Okay, so when we talk about reefer, actually we are speaking about, so reefer freight is one of the pillars of the trucking industry. Okay, a large percentage of the transport trucks running across the highways are reefer trucks. Okay, so the reefer in reefer freight is an abbreviation of refrigerated. So when you hear reefer, it just means refrigerated. So if you need to maintain the cargo temperature in transport, you ship it in a reefer truck. So reefer loads come in full or partial trailer loads and less than truckload lots, so LTL lots. Okay, and most often you will find food products, manufacturing chemicals, or pharmaceuticals shipped in temperature control conditions. So there are 3 main categories of temperature control freight. You have frozen, you have refrigerated, and you have maintained or heated. Now, Amazon Relay, they actually cover all those 3. Definitely, they cover all those 3. Let me talk to you quickly about the pros and cons of reefers. Okay, so here are the pros. You have lots of work that's available. Higher prices for cargo, which is really good for your bottom line, as a business, as an owner operator. You have an easier pickup and delivery process, and you have fewer deadhead miles. Okay, this is really good. What about the cons? Well, you have free cooling requirements and long wait times. Of course, we are speaking about temperature maintenance here. Okay, and you have early to rise, late to rest. If you are a reefer driver, you have to think about those working conditions. You have extra vehicle maintenance. That's very important. You have extra expenses. Okay. You have spoiled freight. I mean, when you hear, the term, what's that smell? Well, a spoiled load is more than just a pain in the nose for a race driver. For a reefer driver, cargo that has left the required temperature window because of a breakdown can cost a fortune. So grocery stores will reject freight that has spoiled or is outside the required temperature zone. Okay, sometimes a business will decline a shipment because the date codes on the product don't fall within their window. Okay, so you want to prevent that from happening by inspecting your cargo at both ends of the journey. I mean, at the beginning and at the end. And you might have additional insurance also when you drive a reefer. Okay, so here are our best practices for transporting reefer freight. You want to identify temperature requirements. You want to pre-cool your trailer. You want to load and unload reefer freight quickly. You want to monitor shipment closely. Okay, and you want to keep jumper cables nearby. Very important. And you want to find high-paying reefer freight. And basically, you can actually rely on Amazon Relay, but you can also try to diversify your customer base by going on load boards. Very important. Before I actually close to this conversation, let's quickly talk about lease versus buy. Because obviously, I've given you 6 vehicle categories that Amazon approves immediately. But the question is, should you buy or lease, right? Now, in our view, we believe that it is better to lease. In other words, you don't want to look for funding and actually spend $60,000, $100,000 to buy a truck or a cargo van or whatnot. Okay, it's just better to actually spread the cost over several years, so you can lease it, or you can leasing is better. Why? It is more affordable. You have more affordable and better profits for your business. Okay, no depreciation costs, less maintenance and repair costs when you think about it, because when you lease, you are reducing your repair and maintenance costs, because with a full service lease, repairs and maintenance expenses are covered, such as oil changes, tires, and routine inspections. But when you own a truck, you are responsible for repairs and maintenance, whether you work for Amazon Relay or another customer. Okay, and leasing actually relieves you of issues linked with vehicle ownership. Okay, you have more flexibility, which is really good. You have 24/7 emergency roadside breakdown assistance. Okay, this is really good. And roadside assistance is very important. Okay, peace of mind in knowing that you will be rescued when your truck breaks down is a huge advantage of leasing. Unlike truck ownership, you can let your leasing company take care of vehicle breakdowns when you buy a full service lease, and which is what you should buy anyway, boss. If you want to work for Amazon Relay and you want to actually be profitable in the long run, and if you choose to go through, if you want to opt for a lease, go for a full service lease. Okay, so when your truck breaks down, you can contact an experienced mechanic who is on standby to handle whatever you need done. Okay, so those specialists have everything needed for handling flat tires, towing, and other types of problems. Okay, long story short, unless you have perfect credit, you have some cash saved, and you are thinking about building a real fleet going forward, it's just better to lease instead of buying. Okay. And one thing that you also need to understand is that leasing versus there's a difference between leasing versus renting. Okay, so one of the main differences is time frame. Truck rentals involve a considerably narrower commitment, such as only a few days or up to a week or two, while leasing entails more time. Okay, and the type of provider is another difference. Okay, while most rented vehicles come from rental agencies at airports or stores, leased vehicles come from auto dealerships or fleet leasing companies. Okay, so the bottom line is that leasing is just better for you, as we see the change in the industry, and especially if you are trying to haul for Amazon Relay. And sometimes, depending on your geography, you might not have a lot of jobs. So you really want to reduce your initial cost, your fixed cost, before actually seeing the profits. Very important. Thank you so much for your attention, boss. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was talking to you about Amazon Relay box truck. Here are the top 6 vehicles that Amazon approves right off the bat. Thank you. So we spoke about day cab, box truck, sleeper cab, 28-foot trailer, 53-foot drive-in, a reefer, and I spoke a little bit about leasing versus buying. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.